mission statement has always been to be the most prestigious and culturally distinctive eyewear brand in the world. That's what we live by, that's what drives us every day, and that's our inspiration. When we thought of the concept of Oliver People, we all looked at each other and we really knew that we felt like we wanted to be inspired to design our own eyewear that reflected Los Angeles, but was more from American design, was more what was done in the machine age in the 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s. We wanted to look at that period. So we put out a search to try to buy and score early American eyewear that was unworn, that was never circulated before. And we got, I suppose, lucky because we found a liquidator in Connecticut, an estate, a whole estate that was willing to sell this large room full of eyewear, parts, machinery, lenses, rimless frames, clip-ons, beautiful eyewear that was made all by American companies in the day, American Optical, Bausch & Lomb, Chiron, and many other brands. We purchased the entire lot of all of its eyewear, and in those boxes, within those boxes, there were receipts that had stated the previous owner of this estate, and the names we kept seeing as the invoices were to Oliver People. The person that sold it to us said that this person's been deceased for 50 years. When we got back, we really felt like, how wonderful. This is such a good luck charm. It sounds so right, sounds so British, feels so us. We decided to name our company Oliver Peoples. In 1986, we decided that we had a vision and we had a dream that we felt was completely unique, and we wanted to open up a retail store in a location in Los Angeles we felt was global, was the heart of West Hollywood, famous for so many years, from the film industry, from the days of Marilyn Monroe to all kinds of things that happened. We felt it was like our calling that we should open up in this area on Sunset Boulevard. Originally, when we first opened in 1986, we were mostly selling these vintage frames, which had no brand names on these frames because they were made by the American Optical and Bausch & Lomb, and those people usually put their names on very discreetly engraved in these filigreed metal frames. That was an inspiration that when we wanted to design our own frames, we also didn't want to show off. We wanted the product to speak for itself and to be able to be recognized for its design, and we wanted word of mouth. We just believed, for no other reason that it was instinctful, that that's the kind of feeling we want when people say they discover us. The store was getting more and more crowded with people from all over the world, and the actual vintage frames were appearing in a lot of the US fashion magazines, and there was articles being written about these vintage frames in Vogue, in New York Times, and in LA Times, and in major magazines. So the word started to spread very fast.
And so you dry in the sunlight, you sit there and you prepare to make a move, and so you go.
Every one of those magazines in our portfolios, we have 6 months in a row, from like a May till September of '87, constant editorial on the most fashionable photo shoots in every magazine globally. And that was the beginning of a craze that changed the direction of eyewear globally. My brother designed this idea of an advertisement to call it Working Opticians. And what it was, our whole team, our employees, all of us, building an eyeglass frame on a table, and you can see it in the advertisement. It was just so different, and it was so descriptive of who we were.
You like to go home, but you can't, 'cause you just got put out on your own. You're thinking about your kids, you're thinking about your girl, you're thinking of all the things that they